Hello everybody, I'm Walbeoffe and welcome to this review of Terre de Hermes by Hermes. Okay, this review is going to be in two parts. First of all, we're going to talk about the fragrance itself, and then we're going to talk a little bit about note identification and some of the raw materials that are actually in this fragrance. All right. Well, let's get on with it. Now, you may have noticed at the top of the video that beautiful cinematic opening of the bottle looking gorgeous in the moody lighting. Now, there's two reasons why that looked beautiful. Firstly is I'm a bit of a dab hand with a camera. And the second reason is it is a stunning bottle. I can't express enough how much I love the design of this bottle. I don't know if men's fragrance, the designers think we have less aesthetics, because some of the bottles are so boring and so dull or so garish. This one is classy, it's timeless, it's gorgeous. The juice sits inside a shield-like cutout in the middle, which is lovely. It has this Hermes H at the bottom. It's got this incredible metallic collar, which has a really interesting and really novel trick that no matter what surface you put it up against or what room you put it in, it reflects the hue and the colors of the room, which is a really smart trick because it actually means it never looks out of place. It's a chameleon. It will change its color whatever situation you put it in. Of course, if you're interested in all things scent related, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification for more reviews, DIY hacks, everything from essential oils to aroma chemicals, soap, perfume, you know, it's gonna be all here. Enough about the bottle already, let's actually get a smell of this. And this is such a gorgeous fragrance. And I think there's very little on the high street that can compete with this in terms of value and versatility. I don't think it's the best smelling fragrance out on the market at the moment, but for versatility, it's unparalleled. You can wear it for a job interview, you can wear it to a wedding, you can wear it out for drinks, you could wear it on summer holiday. A lot of people would say it's 3 seasons. I think you can wear this in winter. On a nice winter's day with a mulled wine in hand, this is gonna smell great because of those orange notes, because of the way it breaks down into the patchouli and the vetiver. It's a really earthy, lovely fragrance that wouldn't be out of place there. It's a daytime fragrance, but it can go into evening drinks. It's non-offensive, it doesn't make a huge statement, it sits lovely on the skin. It's a very solid choice as a fragrance for every single day. Like I said with the metal chameleon top, this is a chameleon fragrance. It can fit any situation, countryside, it can fit urban, in the woods, on the mountains, a day out on the water. It really has it all. It's not just the versatility that's amazing, the scent is gorgeous. It has this orange opening that comes through with the grapefruit and it breaks down to vetiver and patchouli and much earthier notes. And this is I sprayed an hour ago. I've got just, it's quite a linear scent. I thought with the fashion house that makes it, Hermes, that it was going to be much more complex in its dry down and the way it kind of morphed. But it's actually quite linear. The smell after an hour is quite similar from the first spray, but it definitely matures and becomes rounder and much heavier, but still very similar in its actual scent profile and its DNA. I just love it. I think for the fact the bottle is so gorgeous, the versatility is so amazing, the actual blending of the fragrance is just perfection. It is a really well balanced fragrance, and for the cost, it's a steal. Okay, so let's go into part 2 of the review, which is the note breakdown with the raw materials. Now, the reason I wanted to start with this fragrance, with this little experiment, is because it's quite famously renowned as a vetiver fragrance. And it's quite I didn't identify it. The reason why I'm doing it is because I didn't identify vetiver as a raw material, and it really annoyed me. But I was watching all the other videos of everyone saying, oh, I can smell the vetiver, yeah. Oh yeah, it's right there. So that's why I'm doing it with this one, to see if I can then re-identify and see where it's weaved into the aroma. But it made me think, when people are describing the perfume in reviews and they say, I can smell the vetiver, I can smell the patchouli, I can smell the benzoin, can they? I don't know. So I've got my raw materials here. Now, I've looked at the note breakdown and done a little bit of research, and I think this is more or less what it consists of. I'm sure it has a lot more on top as well. But in the organics, I've got patchouli, cedarwood, grapefruit, I've got mandarin and orange sweet, benzoin and black pepper. Now in the aroma chemicals, I've got cedar amber, galaxolide, hedonine, linalool and linolene acetate. I've also got orange flower absolute, diluted at 1%. Okay, so I have got my scent strips with the raw materials on here. I've got an hour ago sprayed, and I've got just about 10 minutes ago now. And I've got a bottle. Oh, I forgot to put my light on. Go for the openings, which is the orange. So I have got orange absolute at 1%. I've got orange sweet. Ooh, wow, God, they're different. And I've got mandarin. You can get blood orange, but I don't have blood orange in my collection, so. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, 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 mandarin, I think. A lot of this is gonna be, I think. There's no definite way of identifying, but I think this is as close as we can really get. The orange absolute is so close to that, but it's more bitter, which is why I maybe think it's got blood orange. But the grapefruit is very bitter, so maybe it's just the grapefruit mixed in with it. If, by the way, you don't have raw materials and you're interested in this type of thing, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because that's what it's all about. It's about following your nose and discovering the journey of scent. God, that grapefruit's amazing. So, let's put that with the orange absolute. Yeah. Oh yes. Mandarin as well, is that going to be too? But what a well-rounded orange. I think I have to put a lot more grapefruit onto that for it to really come through. But what about the, so should we wait for the vetiver for a bit later? The patchouli, that's the dry down. Patchouli is very strong. It's very strong and it's very musky and it's very old woman's house, cat pee, but it's lovely as well. It's rich and it's chewy and it's complex and it's a little bit confrontational. I just don't get the patchouli. But it may be because patchouli is very, like I was saying, confrontational. It's very strong. And this fragrance is anything but. This is really not confrontational. It's super inviting. It's engaging. It's really generous. It's compassionate. It's a really soft fragrance, but it's not sweet. It's not like an overly floral, sweet, compassionate fragrance. So that's why I think it's been blended in with other things and the patchouli's lost on me. But that's fine. If other people can smell it, that's good for them. Cedarwood. I can identify the cedarwood, yeah. That's amazing actually. Because again, cedarwood is super strong and it really, gets up the nose, and it's actually made me a bit nose blind. But it's an incredibly complex material. But yeah, I think I can. I think I can. Now, benzoin, black pepper. Let's try black pepper. Well, peppery. So maybe this with the orange is what's giving it that dirty orange. I need to come back to the opening. Yeah. This is exciting. This is something you should do. This is quite fun actually. So let's go with the orange sweet and the orange absolute with the black pepper. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. I need to make sure I don't swear. I get to just wah. Yeah. That black pepper is just what a combo with orange. What a combo. Now, should we come to, well, benzoin. I don't really smell benzoin very strongly. Like nothing. Nothing, so I'm not, I ain't gonna be able to identify it. So that leaves us with the vetiver. Now this is a very gooey, very, very gooey substance, so I want to make sure I don't get it on my nose. It's tricky, it's tricky. Where is it? Here. So vetiver is actually, it's a grass, but it's actually the root of a grass, which is why it smells earthy, root-like, organic, kind of yeah, exactly as you'd imagine a root to smell like, a very beautiful root. Yeah. I do get it, I pick it up, but I wouldn't, without smelling this first and coming back to the fragrance, I wouldn't just be able to pick it out. It's strange. Yeah, I don't know. I can see why it's known as a vetiver fragrance, but it's so much more than just this note. Of course, I'm kind of explaining the bleeding obvious, but oh god, that's good. Really, really nice. So we have some aroma chemicals left, linalool and hedonine. So the linalool, that's just so soft. I mean, it's just, you can chuck this in almost anything, and it gives it that really cotton, fresh bedding feel. I'm sure that's in there, but it hasn't actually got a scent of it. I wouldn't say it's a note. Hedonine, again, similar to linalool, cedar amber. So this is like an aroma chemical version of cedarwood and an amber note. Very musky, it may be in there. Black Slide, that's very, very fresh. It's very kind of like you've just opened up a window in a seaside resort. Is that in there? A musk. Little acetate. Ooh, hello. Yeah. I think there's a lot of that in there. Yeah. But I think that's working with the orange, the orange and the black pepper. I'm losing my scent strips. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, just that linalool acetate with the black pepper, orange absolute, orange sweet. I've really got a sense of this. Now let's try the vetiver in there. I'm just getting so much orange. Chuck the grapefruit in. Oh, it's lovely. It's nothing like the fragrance that I've got here, but it's gorgeous. Well, I don't really know what else to do. I've gone through my raw materials. I've identified some of them that are in this. To summarize my final thoughts, it is a wonderful, wonderful fragrance that I think is a no-brainer for almost anyone. I don't say that about almost any fragrance. I think it's just this one. If someone says, I've got £50, $70 to spend and I need a workhorse fragrance, I would tell them to go get this. And I don't think they would be disappointed. So that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Any feedback, any thoughts of other videos I should be doing. And I will see you on the next one. All right, cheerio for now.